I'll be curious if he decides to go for the Axis build, but he has already leveled Boar. He does have a Buckler. Looks like he's even considering going mid. No,
is it mid Ursa?
No, it's
mid base.
It's mid Quap.
Oh no, okay.
It is mid Quap. He's just got a shared
base.
Tango. Huh. So yeah, he's just getting a shared Tango with his Buckler. He thinks he needs the Quelling Blade and the Buckler immediately, so he'll probably fly himself some more regen. Looks like he has a stick. And there's also no regen on Aramis. I think if this is going to be the build coming out from Beastmaster, you might want to consider like a couple salves on Aramis or something, because if I see this on the Bristleback, I'm just going to be spamming W. Why is Bristle?
What's Miracle doing? I saw him using quills.
Yeah, he's got half mana.
Okay, he's playing. Let's play this game. Let's handicap. Let's make it a bit more even. Say Nigma. We just meatboat them again.
No. He was doing it in case there was a hawk. That's why.
Clever.
That's why. Okay, I actually have done that myself. I was like, wait a minute, why would he ever spam? Because it might have been a hawk there.
Makes sense.
It's a very common spot to scout out the high ground there.
The Boar expires, so Miracle will not get that one as well, and he's already committed more than half his mana pool now. Not found any Boars, any Hawks.
Yeah,
no
GH
gold, no
doesn't
XP.
have any clarities or anything, so all he's got is those 2 mangoes.
Well, Beastmaster could be happy with that. He's playing with the Buckler. You mentioned the low 2 armor of Beastmaster problem, but with the Buckler, he's got a bit more to play around. They're just going to have to bring out additional regen as soon as possible. Whoa, Quap. You use that Scream, you better get that range creep. Bad start to the lane for Queen of Pain.
At least he did not get it denied.
That's
a positive. But, yeah, Weeha should be getting the start that he wants. The lane's not ideal, but any hero that relies on their mobility and just gets netted and can't do it is pretty hard to play against Meepo in the mid-game, and that's the case with the Queen of Pain, as you don't really care about the lane matchup since it's not particularly bad, and then the game matchup is real rough.
I mean, you can feel Boom, the pressure's getting to him. He used another Scream and missed both CS with it. This time he'll get a few with the right clicks, but rough start for Boom against the Meepo. I mean, you got to be feeling some pressure when you're playing against Weeha's Meepo 2 games in a row.
Yeah, the last game didn't exactly make you feel more confident, as the Chen is in the off lane. Pretty standard from Team Nigma when they have a GHIO. They just put their 5 position. Last game it was Witch Doctor.
And Ursa picked up. The panel thought this Ursa might get kited a bit. It could be a bit tough for Shad. Do you share some of those concerns?
Yeah.
Could be off to a good start, though, with the Orb of Venom slow. First Blood going to go the way of Viking GG. They caught Kuro out of position.
The lane does seem nice, but past that, he's going to have to snowball pretty hard. The fact that he's not against Bristle lane's really good, because I think Bristle's a pretty hard counter to Ursa early on in the game. But if he can get that momentum and maybe get like an early Mask of Madness or even just a Vlad's on the Beastmaster and they get that Roche denied to Meepo, I think that could be a huge impact that this Ursa has, and I think is part of why they picked it.
Okay. Yep. We'll see if they can set that kind of a tempo to get control of this game, control things like Roshan, or if Nigma's going to have something to say about it.
I do like their draft against Meepo this game way better than the first game, but it's not exactly good. It's just better. So they had the damage issues from the IO sustain, and this time around they do not lack burst damage. So if they manage to catch the IO even briefly, he should definitely go down quite quickly.
It's always this trade-off, because generally the heroes that can threaten Meepo and have the burst damage are a lot squishier. Heroes like Queen of Pain. Like, on paper, it's not the best Queen of Pain game because, yeah, the Meepo does counter her, but I kind of agree with you that it feels nicer that they actually have ways to threaten Meepo and that he will have to play a little bit carefully.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker is pretty hard to play Quap into as well, so I think he'll probably go Yule's first item. It deals with the net as well as the charge. One of the few mobility heroes, unlike Puck, for instance, that can just not deal with Spirit Breaker at all charging you. I think you can ult him now, because the knockbacks usually cancel charge, but that doesn't really feel good either.
Seeing how this lane stage has begun, anything standing out as far as a lane going how you didn't expect, or do you think either team's maybe more happy than they should be with these lanes?
I think Meepo, like, winning as hard as he is in terms of CS is a bit surprising. I didn't think he was supposed to, like, lose the lane, but him having 7 more CS, even if some of them are neutrals, I think bodes really well for the pace of the game for Nigma. I thought he would kind of get, like, down by 3 or 4 CS at this stage and then pull ahead, and that is not the case so far.
Yep. Now he's got the double Meepo, so he'll be jungling as well as laning.
Yep, just pushing it out. He's not going to deal with this co-op, because you're going to, if you're a hero that out-farms your opponent and he out-harasses you, all you do is just shove the lane as quickly as possible and then get out. And that's exactly what Weehaw is doing.
And with
as
double
he gets a haste.
Meepo, yeah, he can control all the runes, so co-op unlikely to be able to get much out of a bottle. But it does have the bottle.
Bottom lane.
Yeah, nice two-hero cast. Mind Control forced to charge and then
maybe
run.
TP home, but he just dives on Shad.
Yep. Shad's showing some prowess on this Ursa as he's found himself a couple kills in the lane. He's having a great time. And up top, Beastmaster doing okay. 20 last hits. Hasn't been completely run over by the Bristleback.
Kind of surprised by that.
They're kind of on even footing right now, at least. Nice stroke of fate for the Grimstroke. Securing some of those neutral last hits as the 5-minute bounty runes come up. Who's going to be picking up what?
He is a full level behind Miracle, though, so that's worth considering.
Miracle will not chase into the Inkswell stun, as it looks like Queen of Pain will come back to secure the bounty rune, which will refill her bottle, which is something that was going to be difficult to do with the power runes that Meepo was controlling. Boom, almost hitting level 6.
Artemis might be in some trouble top, as he actually just TPs immediately. Is he going to go down? No, not even close.
I'm always impressed watching pro players when they... I feel like so often you see those TPs where they're on 20 health, one right click short of going down, and they know they can TP.
Yeah, they just know it's going to be really close, and it's the odds of them surviving is worth the TP. And that's just a lot of experience, I think, knowing matchups, how much damage those heroes are able to output, how tanky your own hero is.
Yeah. And even when you say they know it's going to be close, I feel like more often than not, we see them survive.
He charged into the Ursa. I think he's just dead. Yeah, he is. Huh. The Treads Ursa is the new build. Turns out when they nerf Overpower and they buff your other spells, you just don't level Overpower and you buy Treads.
Has this been the new build as well, leveling up Earthshock, getting that second point even?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen even 404. I've seen like pretty much ignoring Overpower unless it's a specific lane matchup where maybe you have more mana to spam. Like you're against a hero that gives you stick charges.
Gotcha.
But since he now has the wand finally, you just can't really afford to have your Q and your W early. So you choose one or the other, and that value point in the Q is better. So you end up going 2 points as boom. That is a nice gank.
There's a charge coming, though. Mind Control also had his eyes set on this top lane. Yeah, Toby's committed hard on this tower.
He quit casting for this, and he's dead.
Well, at least he's got a backup career waiting for him, you know. Doesn't work out.
Sure.
We'll make the old player into caster transition that you're all too familiar with.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, you're right.
That wasn't a flame, you know. If I'm flaming you for being a caster, I'm flaming myself here.
True,
you know?
true.
It's a step up in the world, Brian, you know. It's, you know, we're really the people that matter here.
Yeah, exactly. That's why everyone's watching these games.
Yes.
Not because Miracle and the rest of Team Nigma.
No.
It's how I help myself sleep at night, at least. As Weehaw is not actually at the top of the net worth. I figured he would be. It's actually the Ursa. So maybe if Shad, he's going Basher first. I wasn't sure if he was going to go the Mask of Madness build for the damage output, and you can usually afford to tank the damage when you're in your ult, even though you're taking minus armor. But it looks like they're just going to prioritize what looks like a medallion on the Beastmaster as opposed to the Vlad's first. Huh. So they're really focusing on the single target damage. That's what they're really emphasizing with this draft. Not the. I thought the Vlad's for the Roche potential was going to be what they tried to punish this timing where the Spear Breaker's not all that strong. You have Chen Io supports. They don't really do anything super early. And Meepo doesn't really want to fight yet, but they seem content with the pace of the game on Viking. I don't know if that's correct. See how it plays out.
Even some of the other items, like you see the self-sufficient items like the Helm of the Dominator or the Necro Book being passed over for this one. So really going all in on some early game pickoffs, Roshan, single target like you mentioned. And we'll see if it pays off, as it does feel like Viking GG are going to have some pressure on them to get things moving with this good early start of theirs.
Yeah, I really do think the way they punish the Meepo this specific game is the Roche. I don't think Queen of Pain Ursa, even though you have a Beastmaster, is ideally going to be able to push. Bristleback's kind of going to just be a wall in front of towers. So with that in mind, I think you need to force Nigma to fight you away from their towers, and Roche is really the only way you can do that. as Beastmaster forced to TP to his own tier 2 because he sees the Meepo illusion. So this Meepo illusion has forced a Queen of Pain to blink cowardly backwards in the mid lane and has forced Beastmaster to TP back from lane. So extra value from Weehaw Micro there, as he's already busy with a bunch of Meepos, and then all 2 Meepos, and third unit. I usually can only count up to 2 maximum when I'm controlling units, and he's already doing that.
And the other one, he's left in the fountain, which can be a poof target.
Oh, yes.
So, not that he needs it to be.
It allows you to farm probably much more aggressively, since you know you can get out of anything as long as you have time to channel a poof. As Shad, he's looking to go. Mind Control's only level 4 on this offlane Spirit Breaker, and he has that status resistance, but I don't think that really matters, as he does go down. Mithril Hammer coming out for Shad as he does commit for the Basher.
Yeah, this Ursa's given them a really nice target to put this Inkswell on as well. Something I feel like their first 4 heroes kind of
you were mentioning it off camera.
I wasn't a big fan of Queen of Pain because you don't really want to blink in aggressively against a Meepo. You're very likely just going to feed away your life. But Ursa's a hero that will be happy to run in aggressively with an Inkswell.
Yeah, Boom is going to go rush for that Yule Scepter, and even though it's going to be probably 14 to 15 minutes in that he gets it. It feels pretty good when you're top 3 net worths on Queen of Pain and you only have 1 item you need to be survivable. I don't think he has to survive for very long because of the immense amount of damage that his team has. As long as he buys that extra couple seconds, it will have a lasting impact in these fights if he can just draw attention away from himself, even just briefly. As Toby has elected to go back for the Vlads after the completion of the medallion. All about the physical damage mitigation when you're dealing with Meepo Bristle. Spirit Breaker's effectively a utility hero from the offlane, so you don't need to itemize against him other than maybe living, which in the case of Queen of Pain. Yeah. You just have to itemize for the physical damage coming out from the other 2 cores. And Chen Io, they're not going to do damage. So absolutely no reason to build anything like a pipe, anything like that this game.
I mean, as you're watching this game play out so far, is it feeling like Nigma's draft maybe has some holes as far as not having any of that mixed damage? There is no magic damage. Last game they had the big team fight around the Meepo. I feel like even that doesn't exist this game.
Absolutely. We were definitely in favor of Nigma's draft. We couldn't believe that Viking GG gave them Meepo, but maybe they were just fully aware of, like, these are the tools that are needed to make Meepo successful, and having the Marsh stun setup and all that team fight was really nice, but having a Bristle Meepo seems a bit awkward. And so far, that seems to be the case as they relocate bottom.
There's a 5-man rotation to try bring down Shad.
It's a really huge kill if they can get it.
There's going to be a return Soulbind trying to turn this one around. The Ursa goes in with the Inkswell Stun. He wants to get the Bristle back. They're going to change target to the IO. And Shad with the Inkswell going to get some help from a Sonic Wave. And they are just turning this one around on Nigma. They may have lost their Grimstroke, but they are losing their supports. And Viking GG quickly realizing they cannot deal with the Weehaw Meepo that's come in and cleaned up with a triple kill.
He's already blanked. 2 seconds.
4th. Boom. Finished off Miracle.
Oh, no.
Got the first net, got the second net, and there's a third if needed. Have they got the kill?
Perfectly played by Weehaw. Wow. That was a pleasure to watch, even though it probably seems pretty easy for a veteran Meepo player like him. But let me tell you, if you're behind, especially this early, the only play you can usually make is the opponent's safe lane. Even if the hero seems hard to kill, it's the best option. These teams usually go for it, and we were doubting their ability to do anything here, and somehow Nigma, one of the best teams, once again, at just being able to take fights when I don't think they should be able to.
Their team fight is amazing, and this is not a team fight draft.
At all. I know for a fact last game when Viking was roshing, they didn't expect to get contested effectively. In this game, they did not Shad did not expect himself to be like a liability in the bottom lane. As he walks up this high ground, no Spear Breaker ult though.
There's an Inkswell, and he's going to keep running in. Shad is going to say, I'm pretty sure I have the advantage here, and takes out Mind Control with ease.
Gets the slow.
Yep. Should be a kill on Kuro as well. Gets the bash, not that it was needed, and a quick, easy double kill for Viking GG.
The Spear Breaker is basically a third support at this point.
Yes, it's starting to feel that way. Miracle charging in. Needs to be careful. There's a Maledict on him, and I don't think he's going to survive this one. That's one way to survive it. Are they going to fight this one?
He's definitely going to survive this one.
They're TPing. There's a lot of spells on Colin. Yeah, they're not going to.
You're going to take so much damage from just Quills, and then at that point, the Meepo come in.
Wow, GH, what a play.
That's why they love their IO, it looks like. As suddenly that's going to turn into a mid-tier 1 almost certainly because of the fact that Witch Doctor ult as well as Queen of Pain ult are both on cooldown.
Yeah. Big cooldowns to play around for the Viking GG side. Is Miracle gonna turn his back and shrug off some tower shots and threaten to charge forward? Be a little bit careful here, Shad.
He doesn't charge through the Ursa.
Yeah, Shad's got him on the front. He bashed him up and then just turned in front. Now going to bash on the Spirit Breaker. He couldn't get the Nether Strike off. He's been silenced as well by the Grimstroke.
Meepo
in trouble. Poof out. He
almost got silenced. He would have died if he got silenced there too, because he Ghost Sceptered. Okay.
Not bad. Viking GG. After that bottom fight, they've managed to win a couple small clashes in a row.
Yeah, I fear for the control on this Ursa, or the lack thereof. Queen of Pain is going to have the Yules, so he's really hard to bring down now. At least when the team's around. You can obviously net him when he comes back down, but in the middle of the fight, there's enough disruption from the Roar, the Grimstroke, even the cast can be super annoying.
That's a big kill.
Oh my god, wait, what?
We had just found him alone.
He had 3-second cooldown on his ult. And,
Uh-oh. And trying to de-ward is Celery, who's going to get charged, relocated upon, and Weeha is on a mega kill streak. So everything else in this game seemed to be going well. They were addressing the Bristleback. Mind Control's having a rough one, but the one hero who went unaddressed was the Meepo, and it turns out Weeha is pretty damn good on this hero.
They're going to run into Roche with that Bristleback minus armor, obviously the Meepo, and they want to contest. Ursa's coming up in 2 seconds, but is it going to be fast enough? Queen of Pain, ulti's coming off cooldown.
Pretty quick. Witch Doctor's still
dead.
dead.
See it with the Hawk. The Quills didn't quite kill it. Okay, the Quills
they've
just
killed him now. Can they time this? Shad goes in, perhaps a bit too early, but with the Sonic Wave, they're going to kill the Meepo, and they're going to snatch the Aegis. Perfect play from Viking GG. They have punished Nigma, and they will make them pay as they get follow-up kills on the Spirit Breaker, and now the Chen of Kuro. Triple kill for Shad. Nigma getting a bit too greedy, going for the Roshan.
We saw the reverse in the last game, right? And this is exactly the teeter-totter that bounces in favor of Viking GG this time around, that comes with the Meepo's Roche potential, right? If Meepo gets Roche, suddenly you're sinking real fast. But if Meepo gets denied like this, it can almost look hopeless for the Meepo lineup about 2-3 minutes from now. So I know Team Nigma is probably going to have a sense of urgency, even though they don't have the Aegis. And GH getting gone on bottom, might even be going down before his team's able to help, but Miracle, he's TPing in. Might run after Toby. Toby does not have Roar.
GH still being chased by Shad. Does get the relocate out before Shad catches him with the bash. And now Shad, he's being ensnared up. Meepo's trying to kill the Ursa, but Meepo's dying for this one. The Enrage comes out.
The micro.
Yeah, Nigma. Meepo going to get the kill Celery in the back. The Ursa going to get healed up as well. The E-Blade saves Weeha. Now he's going to turn target.
Wow.
Finds the Beastmaster instead, and perfect micro.
That was sick to watch from Weeha. He purposely brought that Meepo back in to have it get hit just to E-Blade it the second Ursa started hitting it again, and wow. You can tell they know how to play Meepo, right? Yep. Like, they know that if they wait even 2-3 minutes, this game is going to be a disaster. Ursa's probably going to feed on anyone that's by themselves. Once Ursa gets BKB, he's going to be a complete monster in these fights, and that timing being delayed is also hugely in their favor for on the side of Team Nigma. So this is a real back-and-forth game. Queen of Pain queuing up the Ags. Meepo going for the Silver Edge. Allows him to actually man up on the Ursa, surprisingly so. It's a nice stat item. It's like a blink damage version as Miracle. Just run, dude.
Gets rid of the Phantom, but GH is being jumped on the back with the Inkswell stun. Boom. Trying to bring down GH with the IO out of the fight. They can
Don't run, dude. You got this.
Take this one, but they can't even finish off GH. Finally, a Blink Scream will get the kill, but the Witch Doctor was the price to pay for it. As it does look like Nigma going to have to get the hell out of this one. Mind Control, has he got a charge target? He's been stunned up by the Inkswell. Charge away, nice. There's a Yules. And boom. We'll set up another kill. Mind Control, whew, it's been a rough one for him.
Yeah, he's sitting in poverty mode from the offlane. Even has a Nether Shawl to make sure the Ursa hits him even harder. As, would you say that Miracle, with this Fated Brooch, that's the dream here?
I think some people would say that.
Yeah, as Weeha says, F this, I'm out of here.
This is not the dream for Miracle as he gets chased down.
I do believe that...
Oh, and they lost a Vampire Fang.
Oh,
or
wow.
People's Gift, sorry.
I do believe that Ursa is pretty hard countered by Bristle in the early game, like the laning stage. But in this stage of the game, when you get like 1 or 2 items on damage for Ursa and you can afford to kill them in your ultimate, and Bristle doesn't have a halberd yet, this matchup's really good for the Ursa. I'm kind of surprised he went pipe on Bristle.
Yeah.
They really have no magic damage other than the Cask and the Grimstroke.
Scream.
Yeah, Grimstroke, I guess, would be most notable for me. And at the same time, the hero that's killing all of you is the Ursa. So, odd predicament. Or this is a very rare occasion where I look at Miracle's items and I'm not sure if they're correct.
Yeah.
That is
I imagine
weird.
he looks at some of his earlier deaths where Maledict was part of it, so maybe he wanted some magic resist for that, but obviously as this game progresses, we've seen, it's like you say, it's the Ursa that's the big problem.
Yeah, the Halberd. I think you can afford to go maybe one item before the Halberd, but he's already got a full pipe going full Crimson before a Halberd. And if it's like if your Spearbreaker had the Halberd, that'd be different, but he's not going to get it in the next 20 minutes, so Chad should be able to have pretty free reign in these fights. As Celery, he's about to get dipped in some ranch.
Mind control also on the back lines is being found out, and
Is that of note? Is that a noteworthy occasion for Mind Control to be dying here? 8 and 10 so far.
just another one, says Team Nigma. It's fine. Space created. Wow, these odds still favoring Nigma even more so than the start of this game.
Excuse me. I'll take Viking GG, please. I'll put my non-existent mortgage on them, please.
You've already lost your Hamptons. What's next?
I think it's the Swiss Alps.
Swiss House. Oh, okay. Well, it is perhaps not just poverty mode for Mind Control, but perhaps you soon too, Brian. If
Yes,
you're not
indeed.
careful.
My non-existent fifth home is about to go down the gutter. As he does have the Silver Edge, though, in completion, not just the Shadow Blade for Weehaw. That extra 15 all stats is quite nice.
Yeah, Meepo does love those stats, and we'll see if either team can win a team fight before this next Roche comes back, since that is going to be what they both have their eyes on. Of course, Meepo drafts always Aegis is key, but at the same time, you've got Nurse on the other side, and Nigma say, forget waiting around for Roche. We're going to make our move now. They smoke up, and they're going to send Weehaw forward with that Silver Edge, I imagine, to see what he can find. Pops it. The Hawk doesn't actually scan him. I don't know if the Radiant have detection. There's a sentry nearby further to the north. Weehaw's trying to get the backlines, it looks like. There's going to be Shad with the Inkswell on him. Who's he going to go for here? Weehaw. He's gone in with the illusions. They found the Grimstrike, but he's going to get a Soulbite off the cast bouncing around with the Death Ward as well. Meepo's been maledicted up. Meepo in a lot of trouble. The E-Blade keeping alive. He gets healed up as well. Oh, they've turned this one.
No way.
Meepo is surviving.
How does Nigma do
as
this?
well. Nigma's team fight with the sustain, the heals from the Chen, the Io. They do eventually lose the Meepo. Toby getting chased down here. He's in some trouble. It's Miracle who's dishing out the damage.
That looked like an absolute disaster for Nigma, and they just went 3 for 2.
Yeah.
Is that actually a win? That's the question, though, because Meepo is really your only carry with the way Miracle is itemizing. Instead of going for any Halberd at all, he has elected to just enable his Meepo as much as possible with this full Crimson, full pipe, queuing up the AC as Shad. He has no BKB, and you still have ult on Spearbreaker, forced to ulti preemptively on Ursa. We're in a replay, but Shad is getting gone on in the game.
And this would be a big kill if they would get it. But
yeah, but he's actually just forced to ultimate defensively on the Ursa, no BKB still, and forced a reaction from the rest of Viking GG. So as long as Miracle gets out here, I'd consider that a worthwhile play for the side of Team Nigma, because they have effectively controlled the map by doing so. Everyone on the side of Viking GG is top now. Efficiency game going to be going in favor of Nigma for the short term. Are they close to any items? Ghost Scepter being worked on by GH. That's honestly pretty important. Witch Doctor ult as well as Ursa will be a huge threat to him. Meepo is going for the sheep. Not even anywhere close to that. Still #1 net worth, but I don't know if it's enough. I think it's one fight away from being very easy for Team Nigma, and maybe 2 fights away from being very easy for Viking GG in terms of a win. Yeah, like that last fight was kind of just a wash, and this next Roche is going to be huge, as it's going to be starting to spawn in the next 30 seconds for both teams. That window of opportunity as Viking.
they make their move.
Here we go.
It's Kuro's Chen. Shad goes charging in. They see him, and
No buyback.
yep, Corp drops the ultimate, but that's with
He reloads.
an Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, the first hit
instant
bash.
bash,
No.
Io does have buyback. Importantly, Roche does not respawn just yet, so they may have got these 2 support kills, but Blink looking for the bristle. If he'd found him with a Yule Scepter catch, that would have been able to cancel the TP.
Okay, he's going Halberd. He's like, never mind.
Yeah. He's realizing what the real problem is. Yeah. But, okay, Roche is back
Wow,
now.
it's an insta-Roche spawn. Like, actually, in the first 30 seconds, both teams aren't even checking it yet.
So that at least means Nigma will have a chance to contest
That's
it.
a huge slip-up from Viking GG. I think you need to be incredibly aware of this Roche timer, the most pivotal objective on the entire map.
It's just like you say, it's so rare that it does respawn in the first 5-10 seconds.
But you, like...
If it does, then
you have a hawk. Like, you have a free way to scout this. You have couriers that could easily be sitting in that pit.
Yep.
And they're going to see it now. Yeah, they see it.
But all of Nigma back alive. Miracle
yeah, that small window of opportunity has passed. Pretty big error there. If they end up losing this game, I would probably attribute it to that, to be honest with you. Amongst everything else that's gone right or wrong in this game, that's a huge oversight. As looks like they're trying to catch Aramis here. I don't know if this is a good chase.
What's he going to do? He turns with the Soulbind, catches out two,
Double
gets the
roar?
double silence off, but they baited out the Soulbind now, so this
That's
is...
good.
Yeah, okay, if you're Nigma, you're like, that's what we're going for. We didn't really want to hard commit into this fight. As
It's a bit of lag.
Oh. Bit of a spike.
Miracle spamming W, I assume.
It's just broken the game, broken the server. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Looks like the players are not lagging,
Okay,
so
yeah,
they're
that's
just
where they
playing.
would definitely pause.
As Weehaw, in the meantime, is just farming bottom, but he actually gets his Meepo caught in the mid lane as he's going to try to poof. Oh, my God.
As the cast
Butt clinched. And let's watch this cast follow him all the way here. Doink.
Which one is it?
Catapult. Doink.
And the Shadow
Doink.
Strike.
Doink. Okay. Value. Even
is it
stall
from
the
one?
catapult push. Shad's looking. He's got the Abyssal Blade, M-Claw, plus the Ink Swell. GH does have the Ghost Scepter if he wants to buy it out. He might be prioritizing buyback over anything else, as
Around a Roche
Miracle
fight,
might
yeah.
be the good old walk up turnaround strat.
Yep. Just in case he gets roared.
Oh, Celery.
Yeah, they've charged in. Weehaw going to go poof his way in. One Celery, but Celery gets him for that death move with the Sonic Wave and the Maledict damage. They've got the Weehaw kill, insta buyback. They want to make sure they can contest this one with Roche back alive. It's just so important. Chad is going to bash lock Mind Control, and Spirit Breaker unable to get off his spells. He's going to instantly buy back. Look to charge his way in. Kuro, he's managed to pull in one. It's Weehaw's Meepo that's been brought back to the fight. Chad going to try TP out with the BKB. It's going to be close. He does do so.
They're going to run straight into Roche.
They've got to get Roche. If they don't, this is a disaster for Nigma.
Oh.
They're going for the kills first. Beastmaster doesn't get Nether Strike because of the Queen of Pain Yules. Miracle's charging in forward. Weeha's just going for Roshan, so the rest of Nigma creating space while they secure the Aegis. Meepo needs that Aegis to take this fight. Pass going to bounce around with another Sonic Wave.
Wow, it actually came into play. The knockback.
Yeah, pushes them away.
Meepo's here.
Meepo coming back into this one. Didn't go for the Roshan in the end. And
Crimson's before his Meepos get in.
Miracle.
Nice
Maledicted up once again. The Halberd proving to be annoying to deal with for the Ursa, as Miracle going to go charging in forward. He's going to be careful if Fury Swipe's adding up, but they're hiding this Ursa. The Ursa does have Enrage, but without the BKB, he's still in some trouble. He's been ensnared up. There's going to be more ensnares to follow this, and with the Enrage wearing off, he is going to go down. Does not have buyback, and the chase is on. They want more. They get the Grimstroke, and Meepo will destroy your base so fast if you're not careful. Miracle's just going to go diving in. Toby's got no real good escape. Forces a buyback from the Grimstroke. They want the Queen of Pain now, but with the defensive Yules, they're not going to chase and overcommit. Roche still has not been claimed. Nigma have got to be thinking, if we can't get Rax here, we sure as hell better get Aegis.
Wow.
Buyback wins games, and it was Dire using, I believe, what, 2-3 buybacks that fight?
The main difference I see between Tier 2 teams and Tier 1 teams, like Team Nigma, is their ability to just comprehend the win condition. Like, it looked so hopeless for them to win that fight. They lost all the heroes that had buyback, and everyone just insta-bought back. Like, they just knew exactly what they had to do to get this Roche, and they... Like, just imagine from Viking GG's perspective, it seems like so much has gone right for them. They've made a lot of good plays. They've killed the Meepo. They took the first Roche, and in a lot of situations, this would just be GG, but Team Nigma has just clawed their way back time and time again, taking over map control, 4K net worth lead, cheese on the IO, so basically cheese on everyone.
Got an update from some of the other matches. 4 best-of-3s going on right now, and OG have managed to defeat Gambit Esports 2-0. This impacts this series as far as the results go, because Viking GG to get second place in the groups now have to win this series because they have the head-to-head matchup win over OG. So if they win this best of 3, they will be second place despite the same record as OG, but winning this series is now the tough part.
Yeah. Step 1, win this game.
Well, they're
Meepo almost has sheep.
In for a tough one. They've got the second game in a row. It's Weeha's Meepo causing them all kinds of problems, and now Miracle is well and truly kind of come online with all his armor items, the halberd as well. That's nice and juicy.
It might help him approach the fight from a different angle so that he can assassinate the IO. Who does probably have a Ghost Scepter coming out? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty important that he kind of ambushes GH if he can, because if that Ghost Scepter pops, that is 4 seconds of invulnerability.
GH holding onto the cheese as well, so wanting to have that burst heal for a teammate. Sonic Wave being used just to clear creep waves.
It's an Ags, though,
yeah.
so low cooldown, 40 seconds.
Yes.
Actually has the cooldown reduction as well, so it's more like 35.2. Quick maths. Actually, I just looked at the cooldown number.
Miracle getting going on. The Maledict, the cask is going to bounce off the IO tether, and they could be in some trouble. Yeah, uses the cheese instantly, though, could pay the price for this one. He's got the Ghost Scepter.
No, he
keep
did
alive a
use
little bit
cheese.
longer.
Oh
He's
my
still
God.
got it. It was just the Chen heals.
Holy
so
crap.
GH is baiting them in, and Shad, he's committed his BKB to this one. He's going to turn and run. He can't fight even with the BKB. Charge forward, going to stun up 2 on the backlines, and Queen of Pain goes down.
Centaur stomps to chain stun the Queen of Pain. That looked like a cheese. Miracle literally went from like 20% to 90%.
That's Chen for you, I guess. Well, Chen with IO. The heal is absolutely insane. Miracle going to get E-bladed up, but he's still A-OK on the front lines here. He's keeping them in the fountain while the Meepo's going for the tier
14 Fury swipes. 15.
It's going to be close.
Ursa hits for a bonus 500 to get you Miracle.
Down, BSJ.
Wait,
Weeha's just killing the tier 4s. Now he's killing the throne. Bristol's keeping them in the base, and they're just going to end this game. It's over.
Wow.
Wow.